Welcome back. Local sorghum farmers say they had an excellent harvest.
Yeah, but here's the bad news. They have nowhere to sell their crops. They've also lost storage space for their sorghum. And Chris 6 News reporter Greg Chandler joins us in the studio live. Greg, I understand one of our local elevators isn't taking in any grain right now.
Katya, the Interstate Grain Company's terminal on the ship channel closed earlier this year. The property was sold to Epic Crude Holdings. You see, they wanted its dock. However, local farmers say there is still hope for the grain elevator. The Interstate Grain Elevator sits empty on the Corpus Christi ship channel, another casualty of the trade war with China.
We haven't had much of a market this year just because of the tariffs and the lack of trade with China.
According to Bobby Nedbalik, local farmers found out Interstate was looking to offload the property early this year. Farmers were then left with only one local export option. Nedbalik says that lack of competition cost him about 30 cents a bushel.
If we had another elevator, the interstate elevator, working along with our main elevator, the ADM property, then we'll get the advantage of having competitive bids.
Energy company Epic wanted the interstate property for its dock, but Epic has also bought the adjoining property. Nedbalik says he's encouraged with the conversations he and other farmers have had with Epic.
They're going to build a new dock, and that's going to let the two interests operate independently.
All that's needed is a company willing to operate the elevator and export the grain. Nedbalik is confident one will be found.
There are other grain interests, merchandisers, who can come in and be a part of this delivery system that we need so desperately.
Now, according to Nedbalik, there was enough room to store this year's harvest at the ADM elevator as well as other elevators. However, a solution is needed before next year's harvest. Katya.
All right, Greg, and farmers hope Epic can find an operator for the grain elevator by the end of the year so they can start working on contracts for next year's harvest.
Chris